Let's get to the facts. First, open your minds, people. I am the only person in the world who warned you since 2002 that global warming would enter an acceleration phase and that the tipping point will occur in 2025. I also indicated throughout 2023 that the first window of opportunity to activate the SCOPEX Project and reduce the global average temperature by 1.5 degrees C closed in December 2023. The second window will close in December 2024. There are consequences. This delay implies that measures must be applied. Emergency buffer on the climate anomaly. I already explained which ones in globalsolidarity.live, where the Planetary Climate Emergency Master Plan is published in PDF. Don't you want to activate it? Well, it will be collective ecocide. At Gaia Team we know what needs to be done, how and when to do it. In order to activate all our systems we require an initial $1 million and then more, but with digital business units already active. Do you really know what to do? So do it, or shut up and cooperate. Enough nonsense and hypocrisy. Our entire species is at risk of extinction. Wake up to reality, help, do not interfere. We are working to save our planet. Have some of their geniuses who lead the world ever asked themselves what the threshold of all our technological capacity is to stop the climate anomaly? No? Well, the answer is between +2 degrees to +3 degrees C. Once this average temperature is reached, we will no longer be able to stop the sequence of positive feedbacks that will be activated in a domino effect, with a runaway and sudden warming towards levels of +6, +8 C, and it can get even worse if evaporation occurs. Intensity of ocean waters. How much worse can it get? The worst thing that can happen to us is a greenhouse effect similar to Venus equals 100 degrees C, surface equals 0 life. When is the worst? Between 2030 and 2035. But between 2025 and 2030, hundreds of millions, perhaps billions, will have already died from floods, global structural droughts, famines and new pandemics. This is the future that awaits us. Exaggeration, as the orthodox maintain. Will nothing happen? Stay tuned and look towards the Thwaites Glacier in Antarctica and the ESAS platform in Siberia soon. Between now and no more than 4 years in the future, there will be negative developments. What will happen to us if the Thwaites suddenly thaws? Before, the temperature must rise to +3 degrees C. We are not that far away. If it happens, the waters around the world will rise between 30 to 60 centimeters. And this will cause all coastal properties to become worth zero overnight. Why? Because after those centimeters comes a flood of no less than 3 meters of rising waters. And you can imagine what will happen to currencies and stock markets. The entire financial system will implode and leave us paralyzed globally. In other words, we are totally exposed and vulnerable. Effect? Nearly 1 billion simultaneous evacuees or environmental refugees. There are not enough resources to meet such demand. More than half will die from lack of supplies. Many politicians, businessmen and even scientists say that everything is fine, we can still continue consuming hydrocarbons, nothing will happen. The issue is that in the last 20 years they have been wrong repeatedly in their predictions. And now they are asking us all to expose the only truly valuable thing we have, our lives, and listen to them. Who has the reason? Scientists play to explore, take samples, launch new satellites to collect data from the poles and the oceans. But the truth and reality is that until today no one can accurately predict how the climate anomaly will behave, because it is just that, an anomaly, and it feeds on itself like an insatiable and hungry monster. That is, scientists know what happens, when it happens, not before. To correct this defect, we have requested that you activate a dynamic holographic AI climate map, supported by an intranet with all available quantum computers, and proceed to load all the variables involved in the anomaly. This will allow for more accurate and reliable projections. They have done. Let's see where we stand. Dr. James Hansen's study notes that, from 1970 to 2010, the world warmed at a rate of 0.18 degrees Celsius per decade, but projected this would increase at a rate of at least 0.27 degrees Celsius per decade as of 2010. NOAA data shows 0.27 degrees is the rate since September 2010. Throughout 2023, the 1.5 degrees C threshold was exceeded for more than one day and even reached 2 degrees C. Is it so difficult to understand that if we follow this sequence we can reach 3 degrees C? With all the consequences that this will bring. Climate crisis is how NASA defined the situation facing the world as a result of the temperature recorded, on average, on the Earth's surface in 2023. It exceeded reference values by 1.2 degrees. This was stated by scientists from the Goddard Institute for Space Research, GISS, a laboratory of this North American organization based in New York dependent on the United States Space Agency. Between June and December 2023, a world record for high temperature peaks was set for each month. If we compare this past July, the hottest ever recorded, with the average for that month at the end of the 19th century, when modern records began, the mark averaged about 1.4 degrees Celsius above the data from that time. Epoch. In 2023, global warming jumped to its highest level on record. In 2023, the Earth was 1.48 degrees Celsius warmer than in pre-industrial times, according to the European Union's Climate Monitoring Service. The WMO has taken the values collected by 6 important international datasets used to monitor global temperatures and, after consolidating them, has confirmed that in 2023 the planet's average annual temperature was 1.45 plus or minus 0.12 degrees C above the pre-industrial levels, 1850 to 1900. According to new MEF calculations, a new heat record will be broken in 2024 on our planet, even surpassing the historical mark of 2023, and the average increase in temperatures could reach 1.58 degrees. The Copernicus Climate Change Service and the World Meteorological Organization confirmed that February 2024 was 1.77 degrees Celsius warmer than the estimated average for the pre-industrial reference period, 1850 to 1900. The global average temperature for the last 12 months, March 2023 to February 2024, is the highest on record, 0.68 degrees Celsius above the 1991 to 2020 average and 1.56 degrees Celsius above the 1850 pre-industrial average minus 1900. The probability of experiencing a heat wave like the one in July 2023 in southern Europe, North America and China was up to 50 times greater than it would have been in a world without the extra warming caused by greenhouse gas emissions. The global average temperature for July 2023 is confirmed to be the highest on record for any month. The month was 0.72 degrees Celsius warmer than the 1991 to 2020 July average, and 0.33 degrees Celsius warmer than the previous warmest month, July 2019. 2023 is currently the third warmest year to date, 0.43 degrees Celsius above the recent average, and the global average temperature in July is 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. July the 6th was a historic day, as the average daily temperature surpassed the record set in August 2016 and set a new milestone as the hottest day ever recorded, reaching 1,708 degrees Celsius. The dataset indicates that the global land surface temperature on November 17, 2023, reached 2.07 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial average, taking as reference the average temperature between 1850 and 1900, before the extensive use of fossil fuels. Furthermore, provisional data for November 18, 2023, shows a temperature anomaly of 2.06 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial level. Let's get to the facts. First, open your minds, people. I am the only person in the world who warned you since 2002 that global warming would enter an acceleration phase and that the tipping point will occur in 2025. Is only the surface affected by the climate anomaly? It is possible that the rate of heat radiation from the planet's core is also changing, and, as a result, residual heat is accumulating in the lower tectonic plates. This can cause fossil oceans to vaporize. It is a mechanism that would explain what could have happened to Atlantis. And there are more effects. When exceeding 2, see the probabilities of the Yellowstone supervolcano erupting rise to 25%, the same as the probabilities of the Big One, no longer 7.5 richer, but 9 to 10.2 richer. The effect of magmatic liquefaction due to reheating of the lower crust will increase earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, as well as their intensities. This information was already communicated in a timely manner to the United States government and NASA. In 2009 they were informed that there are 3 magmatic chambers under the supervolcano. The first one is already full.